RX 6600 8GB vs RTX 2060 6GB. Which one should you buy in 2026? The battle between the AMD Radeon RX 6600 8GB and the NVIDIA RTX 2060 6GB is still relevant in 2026, especially for gamers looking for the best value in the used GPU market. Even though both graphics cards belong to a similar price range, they offer very different strengths and weaknesses. Starting with the specifications, the RX 6600 comes with 8GB of GDDR6 memory, while the RTX 2060 is equipped with 6GB of GDDR6 VRAM. In today's games, VRAM is becoming increasingly important because many modern AA titles can easily use more than 6GB of memory, especially at high settings and with high-resolution textures. This gives the RX 6600 an advantage in terms of future-proofing. When it comes to gaming performance, the RX 6600 generally takes the lead. In most 1080p games, the RX 6600 delivers around 10 to 20% higher frame rates than the RTX 2060. Games like Cyberpunk 2077, Red Dead Redemption 2, Forza Horizon 5, and Call of Duty Warzone all show the RX 6600 outperforming its NVIDIA rival. For example, in Cyberpunk 2077 at high settings, the RX 6600 can average around 70 to 75 FPS, while the RTX 2060 stays closer to 60 FPS. In Forza Horizon 5, the RX 6600 can exceed 100 FPS, whereas the RTX 2060 usually remains around 85 to 90 FPS. Power efficiency is another major advantage for AMD's card. The RX 6600 typically consumes around 120 to 130 watts during gaming, making it one of the most efficient GPUs in its class. On the other hand, the RTX 2060 often uses between 150 and 170 watts. Lower power consumption means lower electricity usage, less heat output, and less stress on your power supply. Speaking of temperatures, the RX 6600 usually runs cooler as well. Under gaming loads, most RX 6600 models stay between 60 and 68 degrees Celsius, depending on the cooling solution and case airflow. The RTX 2060 generally operates between 70 and 78 degrees Celsius, making it the hotter card of the two. However, the RTX 2060 still has several important advantages. First, it supports NVIDIA's DLSS technology, which can significantly improve frame rates in supported games. It also offers better ray tracing performance than the RX 6600, although neither card is considered ideal for heavy ray tracing workloads. Another strong point of the RTX 2060 is content creation. NVIDIA's NVENC encoder remains one of the best hardware encoders for streaming and video editing. If you're a content creator, streamer, or video editor, the RTX 2060 still has a compelling reason to be considered. The biggest weakness of the RTX 2060 is undoubtedly its 6GB of VRAM. Some newer games are beginning to push beyond this limit, causing occasional stuttering or forcing players to lower texture settings. Meanwhile, the RX 6600's 8GB of VRAM provides more breathing room for future games. So which one should you buy?
If your main focus is gaming at 1080p, achieving higher FPS, lower temperatures, and better power efficiency, then the RX 6600 8GB is the clear winner. But if you also stream, edit videos, or want access to DLSS and better ray tracing support, then the RTX 2060 6GB is still a solid option. At the end of the day, both graphics cards are still capable in depth. 2026, the best choice depends on your needs, your budget, and the price you can find in the used market. So which GPU would you choose? The RX 6600 8GB or the RTX 2060 6GB? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Ginovation for more tech reviews, comparisons, and the latest technology updates. See you in the next video. Now let's talk about longevity and future-proofing. The gaming industry is changing rapidly. Every year, new games require more VRAM and more powerful hardware. That's why the RX 600's 8GB of memory is becoming increasingly valuable. While 6GB of RAM was perfectly fine a few years ago, some of today's games already recommend 8GB or even more for the best experience. If you're planning to keep your graphics card for the next 2 or 3 years, the RX 6600 may age better because of its extra memory capacity. Games continue to become more demanding, and having additional VRAM can help reduce stuttering and improve overall smoothness. Another important factor is driver support. Both AMD and NVIDIA still provide updates for these cards, but AMD has been doing an excellent job improving performance through driver optimizations over time. Some games that performed similarly a few years ago now show a bigger advantage for the RX 6600 thanks to driver improvements. However, NVIDIA still has the strongest software ecosystem. Features like NVIDIA Broadcast, CUDA acceleration, and better support in professional applications can make the RTX 2060 a better option for users who do more than just gaming. Let's also talk about the used market. Both of these graphics cards are extremely popular in the second-hand market because they offer great value for money. If you can find an RX 6600 and an RTX 2060 at exactly the same price.
And that's the beauty of the PC market. There is no perfect GPU for everyone, only the GPU that fits your needs the best. So if you had to choose right now, which one would you pick? The RX 6600, 8GB, or the RTX 2060 6GB? Leave your answer in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more technology content here on Ginovation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.